Joining me right now, also with us here at the courthouse, Eric Christopher, a friend and former co-worker of Travis Alexander. Eric, thank you for being with us. And what do you make of Jodi Arias on the stand?
I think, honestly, she's being a little bit obtuse. I mean, I think she's gaining some confidence, but I don't think she really wants to go into all the details. I think the devil's in the details, and I think the jury's trying to discover really what the truth is to see if they can find some kind of break in the story. So I think that the challenge she's having is to try to be confident in sharing that.
Eric Christopher, a friend of Travis Alexander, I'm very interested in what Travis Alexander told you about Jodi Arias and what happened the last time you saw him.
Well, we were all having lunch in a Mexican food restaurant after we had a company event, and we were all hanging out together in a small group of people and having an enjoyable time. And honestly, we were just kind of talking about the Cancun trip and coming up, and it was kind of a sensitive subject because he had already kind of made it clear to Jodi that she wasn't going to be able to go with him on the trip. And so we didn't really get a chance to talk about it as much as we'd like because most of the people that were there were going on the trip. And so Jodi was kind of the odd person out. And that was the lunch where my wife had the conversation with Travis, and she came out and had this conversation. It was kind of emotional, and I asked her what was going on, and she basically told me that, hey, I'll talk to you about it on the way home, and that's where she had shared her story. But honestly, we were really more friends with Travis. I was more friends with Travis, and as a result, I kind of called Jodi a non-factor. I didn't have a good feeling about her, so I never went out of my way to be really friendly with her or really engage and really get to know her because honestly, we were great friends with Travis, and we just accepted Jodi as a part of that.
What, if anything, did he tell you about Jodi Arias?
Again, it was honestly one of those things where we didn't really talk about her a whole lot. She was kind of a non-factor for a long time. When we first had met, Jodi with Travis, we didn't even realize that they were actually even together because, we were at business functions and we didn't get a chance to discuss all those things in detail. But the times that we did have personal conversations outside of it, it was just, hey, how are things with Jodi? And he's like, hey, things are great. And then it was just kind of a non-factor. It was just one of those things where he didn't really discuss it with me a whole lot because I just, again, think that it wasn't anything of worthwhile talking about.